Hello to the smartest and most intelligent, most active audience and most awake audience in the world. One of the largest audiences in the world. Welcome. It's the 14th of August, 2016. And for God's sakes, Hillary, sit down. Please pray that she and her three other doubles just sit down before they collapse. What we're looking at over here is what Russian TV seized. They followed the Russian troops into a town in Syria. And these are hand receipts from ISIS to Hillary Clinton for the weapons they bought. Hillary left a trail of hand receipts all across the Syrian desert for the weapons she sold. It is one of the most hilarious, stupid things anybody could ever do. She left hand receipts. Oh, I'll take 17 Stingers and 4 tanks and 12 F-15s. Well, they wrote it down. And they forgot the documents as they were leaving the town. Jane, is that not hilarious? Some dorkazoid forgot to take the hand receipts because Hillary wanted to get paid. IS has kept a very professional record of their oil business. Oh, the oil they stole and sold, all the hand receipts, all the weapons they bought. And Islamic hand receipts. The Clintons have been used since the day when they were born by the Nazi government. Every position they've had has been created so she and Bill can push for both the destruction of the United States and the destruction of planet Earth. I remember my brother calling me and saying, you know what that treasonous Bill Clinton did again? He's spending $50 billion a year to prop up the stock market. He was in intelligence for years. I would get calls from friends in intelligence about these numbskulls, Bill and Hillary Clinton, all the time. But they're merely puppets of the shadow Nazi government. Nazi National Socialism, Democratic Socialism, Stasi, Nazi, all the same thing. Whose leaders are in London and answer to Rome and Jerusalem, and whose real leaders are under the Brazilian jungle and the Belgian Congo. If you want proof, just type in caves in Brazil, caves in the Congo. Hillary and Billary are merely figureheads in this grand game. Can you believe she left hand receipts? Her and John Kerry, the one who killed his wife, and then he was killed, and now they got the double Kerry. They left hand receipts for the weapons they're selling. Hillary and Billary are merely figureheads in this grand game to keep the human race as their personal slaves. As these fallen angels, they literally feed off our fear. They feed off our pain and they feed off our anger. And the satellites scattered across the world bring that fear and anger and pump it into the bases under Brazil and under the Congo. It's like heroin to them. They get high off our fear and anger. In their latest scam, other than the fact that she left hand receipts behind, oh my God, how stupid. In her latest scam, Russia debates response to shocking Hillary Clinton to Crimea attack. Apparently her CIA handlers, and it's not Hillary, it's her CIA handlers, have apparently sent in a series of terrorists to destroy the infrastructure of Crimea. Those are the bombs they were taking in. The captured terrorists, Evgeny Panov and Ridvan Suleimanov, answer to Vladimir Sirkyuk, who works for the 37th Nazi Battalion, 56th Brigade of the Ukraine Main Directorate of Intelligence, paid for in US dollars. Apparently the captain is paid out of the Price Waterhouse Coopers in Moscow, Hillary's main hub, a conduit for transferring illegal monies, a money laundering company. Apparently Congress labeled Price Waterhouse Coopers as corrupt and lawless back in late July, but then forced no actions. So the FBI and the CIA girly boys didn't take him down. So instead, the Russians started tracking him. Despite these actions, claiming that Hillary's own company is corrupt and lawless, most Democrats and about half the Republicans are gathering around Hillary for presidency. He talked, and he talked. Now, he's got a Ukrainian face. I don't know about him. Both of them openly talked about what they were doing. Hillary Clinton's main conduit for transferring and receiving illegal payments. Illegal financial organizations called the Clinton Foundation. The U.S. Congress is labeled as corrupt and lawless. Well, if the U.S. Congress is labeled as corrupt and lawless, we can go to the article just by clicking there. The IRS investigation. Why didn't they arrest him? I'll tell you why they didn't arrest him. Because they work for the CIA. One big happy family at the top. Please note that Viktor Poroshenko was Hillary's choice to begin murders in the Ukraine and initiate a coup. So, if we have I'm not sure we have a picture of Viktor, there he is. Viktor Pinchuk, who funded Viktor Poroshenko with Tony Blair and Bill Clinton, organizing the coup in the Ukraine. Now keep in mind that John Shapiro, Assistant Secretary of the State, the 1st of June 2012, I remember reading the article. Well, he said the purpose of the State Department is to sell weapons. He's the Assistant Secretary of State for the United States Corporation. And he said 1 June 2012, the purpose of the State Department is to sell weapons. We showed that quote right after he quoted it. It was at a State Department dinner. So we showed the State Department article on that. The CIA's attempt The CIA is attempting to publicly control you, the American public. Now, in another latest scam, Hillary Clinton has arrested an autistic mother with a colostomy bag and put her in jail. This is an attempt to control the public because she helped expose Hillary's hand receipts for selling weapons to ISIS. Remember Bill Clinton in the speech where he said we're increasing the funding for ISIS? Here's the hand receipt. Oh, I didn't sign them. Oh, yeah, really? They got your name all over them. Can you believe Hillary was stupid enough to leave a paper trail? So apparently the CIA has resorted to arresting her, but she's connected to Alex Jones, so we're not really sure what's going on. She apparently has a colostomy bag, had a couple of kids, 2 or 3. One of them is autistic. So she apparently, the CIA and Hillary have resorted to torturing this autistic woman. She was arrested. She was arrested as a U.S. citizen, and you can't be a U.S. citizen because the U.S. is a corporation, and you can't be a citizen of Starbucks or DuPont Corporation, can you? So they illegally arrested her as a U.S. citizen by the French-owned corporation FBI and placed in jail 11 January 2016 for posting these items on Twitter. I wonder what's going to happen when I post them on Facebook. Because she exposed the truth. Her trial will begin in 9 months on 19 September, but there will be delays. The judge isn't allowed to know what's going on. The prosecuting attorney isn't allowed to have any papers. The defense attorney is not allowed to have any papers until they're told by the CIA what to do. One of the things that we have learned about these foreign corporations like the CIA and FBI is that these demon-possessed agents love to torture children, old people, and autistic people. There's some kind of a jolly they get out of torturing the helpless. So the fact that she's autistic and has a colostomy bag tells you, yeah, maybe she's being tortured by the CIA. They just love that. They just like the CIA and the FBI giggle when they get to torture autistic kids. It's just bizarre, folks. But since she's somehow connected with Alex Jones, and Alex Jones receives from Skunkworks Productions, Lockheed Martin, defense contractor, he receives $35,000 a year as a personal salary, and all his expenses are paid. Skunkworks Productions is located just north of us, and they design anti-gravity propulsion systems for Space Command under Kings Peak, Utah. That's just east of Salt Lake, about 100 miles. It's under Kings Peak. We showed the telephone numbers on television, how to be recruited as a spaceman. We've also showed the list of non-terrestrial U.S. Air Force officers. Skonkork Productions, Alex gets $35,000 a year. So I don't know if this is a story put out to scare us or if this is a real story. My guess is they arrested her, but to what extent, I don't know. Either way, Hillary's montage, her four doubles, are degrading in hell so fast that they cannot have a debate or face any questions without having either a violent emotional outburst, a sign of Alzheimer's, or breaking down and having another seizure. So there will be no debates. I can't look at that sick picture of him. I'm stunned at the fact that Hillary would leave hand receipts as to the weapons she sold ISIS and the Mujahideen al-Khaliq and all the other terrorist groups. So Hillary needs to step aside and let Bernie step up to the plate. She's been prepped since she was 5 years old to be the president. She went to the school north of us in Everett. She and her doubles have been told they'd be president for a long time. The person who was supposed to take her space turned to God. I spoke with her, and now Hillary is the second choice. So Hillary needs to step aside and let Bernie step up to the plate or risk another major stroke. Yes. She's had some kind of electrical breakdown. And since they're all connected with the 1122 computing hardware in their brain, if one goes, they all go. Shadow government, it's all over. You're outnumbered and outgunned, and your off-world help, other fallen angels, have been contained. A true warrior, a real warrior, who is surrounded and knows that they've been outgunned and outnumbered, wouldn't fight to the last. They would surrender to preserve their warriors in their clan. Only a fool or a nutcase or an idiot would keep fighting. One last note. Hillary's CIA and FBI murders are a distraction created by the shadow government to hide such things as they're killing the oceans, the sun is heating up, food production is falling, GMOs, foods killing people, spraying of toxic chemicals on us, the collapsing economy, the coming polar shift. Things like this. Oh, the Earth is not heating up, but the solar system is heating up. They won't let me. There we go. Maybe they'll let me show this. Our solar system is heating up. Scientists blame solar warming. Oh, it must be because we're burning oil on Earth, right? So that's why Mars is heating up. That's how twisted this shadow government is. The solar system is heating up. We're headed for a polar shift. The economy is collapsing. They want full-scale nuclear war, but they want you to build their underground bases first. And then in this polar shift, they plan to hide in their little underground caves. Remember the Bible where they hide in their caves, cry upon God, don't kill us? We're there. The list of what they're covering up goes on and on. Please pray that your family is protected and you are prepared for what's coming. Pray that those on top like Hillary come forward and turn to God. Come forward so they can be healed of their medical ailments. Also, please pray that we can receive an appropriate home and open our cancer clinic so we can invite stage 4 children up to our home. Hopefully somewhere between Kalispell and Hamilton, Montana. We need a home. Everything else is in place. So we go to William Mount YouTube, which is where you went. And yes, I can't spell. We go to any of the latest stories. And we go, we'll stop that. And we go here to show more. And you click on, or you click on, maybe you want to go to Food for Liberty. So here we have Life Change Tea. That's how you get to our sponsors. The reason we allow them to sponsor on our channel, and they have all kinds of sales. You can go to them directly, but you won't get these sales. That's the stuff we drink every morning. Life Change Tea, the colostrum, and the Eighth Element every day. And then my wife eats their seaweed. You get through, but we're showing you this because we want your family to be ready. Things are happening. Once our house is set up and we invite the stage 4 children up with their parents, we'll do a weekly video on it. We've already got a videographer set up to do this. So I want to thank you for watching. The smartest, most active audience in the world. For God's sakes, Hillary, why were you stupid enough to leave hand receipts for oil and weapons behind? I mean, don't you just give him the weapons? and take the money from the U.S. corporation, but you left hand receipts behind for stolen oil and stolen weapons. Unfrickin' believable. Anyway, these were not the only documents. There were, my God, a briefcase full of receipts from Hillary and John Kerry, who have committed treason against the American public. And there are the documents in the FBI and the CIA and Homeland Security and the U.S. Treasury Department who are funding this will not go after the perpetrators of this crime. This is high treason at its finest. Unbelievable. Coming to you live. She left hand receipts for the weapons she sold ISIS and the oil exchange. Complete with dollars. Coming to you live, Dr. William B. Mound. Thank you. God bless each and every one of you, and good night.